there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Mills on the sneak, and he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Well, it's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And he's got room. Robert Woods. Touchdown, Houston. Well, what do coaches tell us all the time, CD? We've got to get our playmakers more involved, and certainly running with the football is one way, and it paid off right there.
And you're talking about paying off to great effect. How about the big explosive play that was a result of that play call? Big-time execution on that one.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Go!
Now, 1st first carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line. The Raiders at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 47 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
Go ahead.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Texans will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun, here's Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. Taken in at the 22. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So they come up first and 10 now from the 33. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Set to punt, here's Cameron Johnston. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Dorsett. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. A final shot before the break. Rudolph. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Rudolph. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
11.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
55. Wait.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. George Karlaftis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one's high, but not very far. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Mills to throw it. Quick slant caught by Pierce. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Mills on the sneak, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the 1st down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
In on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Mills. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Hey, alert! 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 Hey, hut!
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
11.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
2-yard yards, the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 12, Mills. It's caught downfield by Mechie. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Pierce trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans might be moving closer to an elusive 2nd win of the year as they extend that 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Kaimi Fairbairn, the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Open man, that's Renfro. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The Texans 35-yard line.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Hey, come on, come on, come on.
Here's Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Christian Harris. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one. And how about them culminating with a pick six?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 58 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw finds its target, Dobbs. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A 6-yard pickup.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo completes it again to Dobbs. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Here we go, here we go,
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Houston, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.